worship the Nazi Templar child killer Anders Breivik, the butcher from Utøya Island. Breivik claims to be part of a Knights Templar force of 80 men called KTE, or Knights Templar Europe. Which also stands for the Nazi SS slogan Kameradschaft, Treue und Ehre, meaning comradeship, loyalty and honor. Yes, exactly. Nazis and Templars are and always were one and the same thing. Like KTE, Knights, Templars, Europe. Okay. And here it says it will happen, and that was before the Utøya thing. They knew something was going to happen. And their base is the Nazi Templar state of Switzerland. The last crusade was in 1291, and Aachen, the last stronghold of the Templars, fell on May 18th, 1291. And only 2.5 months later, they founded Switzerland on August 1st, 1291. The time to get back on horseback to Europe from the Middle East and loaded with gold from the Pharaohs, with which the Swiss banks were founded, and the Templars' treasures hidden in caves in the Swiss mountains. See the Pharaoh show for more. And the Swiss Nazi Templars already financed Adolf Hitler, seen here on a rare picture of 1923 in Zurich, Switzerland, where he got 40,000 Swiss francs. Well, you can read it all here. Just put on pause and you can read that. Oh, this is Switzerland, eh? And the Swiss Nazi Templars most certainly financed and trained the Oslo Butcher. Both are Templars, Breivik, Quisling and the Swiss, and both fear and hate Islam. So before, you could see his book, and this is the video he made. And he put it online just before he butchered all these poor kids. It's the Templars, it's the Swiss who are behind it. You want any more proofs? The horrific SVP Nazi Templar poster with Breivik was made by the Wallis or Valais section of the notorious Oskar Freisinger, which you can see here. He likes to be compared or taken for Mr. Hitler himself. Proud to be, you see, who travels a lot internationally to meet up with the secret world of international Nazism and finance them when possible. This is how they met Anders Breivik. Okay? The degraded situation in Switzerland has become a menace to the world again, where all key positions in society are taken by SVP Nazis and no internationally agreed laws are being applied anymore. In Switzerland, only their own set of Nazi Templar laws are being applied, so do not believe one single word or what the Swiss Nazi Templar Justice Department and their police says, even when they smile so innocently to you. It is 100% sure that the Nazi Templars of Switzerland are behind the Utøya massacre, but the children had to die for yet another geopolitical reason. You can read it here. Assassins being paid for the Swiss bankers or banksters. And the Swiss banks were founded by the Templars, of whom Mr. Breivik was part of. Now listen carefully. All present wars are about natural resources. And what's Norway's biggest mineral resource, which made the country the wealthiest in Europe? Yes, oil. But the Norwegian Workers' Party, to which the murdered children belonged to, decided that the oil belongs to all Norwegians to profit from it, no matter their social status or their bank accounts. So they had a university philosopher instead of an economist deal with the matter. And this is something the all-powerful Swiss Nazi Templar banks did not like at all. And this is how the Swiss Templars decided that the next generation of Norwegian socialists had to die because of the oil. Because like this, the Templars can't control nor manipulate the people anymore. If wealth and life come for free and the wealth of the oil passes in front of the Templars' eyes without them having a cut of it. So I suggest that the very same philosopher explains to Breivik, instead of a policeman, of how they misused him in order to achieve a whole different set of goals. And the very moment Breivik will understands it all, and how he was misled, and why he was supposed to die too that day on Utøya, then he will give out all his secrets and all his contacts.
You don't? Your Majesty, may I present the infamous Simon Templar?
In the 60s, there was a pharaonic television series called The Saint, alias Simon Templar, Simon the Templar, which refers to the notorious Templar butcher of the Crusades called Simon de Montfort, Simon de Montfort, meaning Simon of the Strong Mountains, whereas the Strong Mountains are, of course, Switzerland, their base, and where their valuables and famous Templars treasures are. The initials of Simon Templar are ST, as the famous ST1 on the number plate of his car. ST, of course, is short for Saint, a big S and a small T, like Saint Martin, But Simon de Montfort was only a saint for the New World Order, Templars, Pharaohs, Masons, and the Swiss, who are all the same in fact. To us, he was a devil, a butcher, and a child killer, just as the other Templar, Anders Breivik from Utøya Island. Templars are famous for butchering innocent children. You see, they always did these abominations, they did. It's therefore no wonder that Roger Moore, who played the saint, lives in Switzerland, their base, and his father was a policeman of the Interior Army, the police force. The Queen made Sir Roger a Knight of the Pharaonic Templars Order, and Sir means sire, the king, which comes from the Pharaonic word Sar, S-A-R, like in Caesar. Watch the Pharaoh show. And only those of Pharaonic descent can enter the nobility of the Queen's knighthood. The Saint series always shows Pharaonic secret symbols as the sun hieroglyph here. There it is. And here on the door, two times vertically. And here, the door. And here on the cupboard. Well, don't you think that Sir Roger doesn't know, right? And there. And here, where Superman punches someone through the wood in the cupboard. They want us to think that they are the heroes, but they are not. They just want us to go into wars, etc. And here another Pharaonic sun hieroglyph in white on the chimney. And here as well. Well, here we can see it better. There he goes, the hero. There it is. Oh boy, look at the floor. The saint often plays, of course, in that base and mother of all evil, Switzerland, just as the other heroic Superman pictures, James Bond, whereas Sir Sean Connery is far from being a real Scot. Only pharaohs play these important roles, get knighted, and have so many hairs on their chests. And the saint's author, Leslie Charteris, Charteris, in Pharaonic, claims to be a descendant of the Chinese emperors, who were not even Chinese but Mongolian. This is well known. And before that, pure Pharaonic, of course, as all nobility is. Whereas the word pharaoh comes from the words per-a, P-E-R-A, meaning the big house, or house big. The worldwide royal house of the pharaohs, our masters. Well, and look here. Here we can see this is the sun hieroglyph here, as in the Saints movies. So this is the lodge again here in Zollikofen in Switzerland, and the number 116. Apparently, it's all over at all the lodges. And like if you turn it around, you get.
$9.11. You get $9.11.
Yeah, well, this is the lodge here in Switzerland. If you turn it around, the number 116, well, you get this here. And so why 116? Apparently many